I'm at a loss for where to start, but I need to get this off my chest because the more I think about it, the more I feel like I'm losing touch with reality. I've been up since 3 a.m., replaying everything, torn between wanting to scream and wanting to disappear for a bit. I'm Tara, and I've been married to Derek for 3 years. We met in the strangest way, not through work or mutual friends, but trapped in an elevator at a puzzle game venue. It sounds like a cliché romantic comedy, but it was just 40 minutes of quiet, bad jokes, and me trying not to freak out about needing a restroom. That pretty much defined our relationship, awkward, confined, and not exactly a fairy tale. I don't have a big social circle, just a handful of close friends I trust. My family's around, not super close, but we message and meet up for holidays. You know how it is. Derek, though, comes from a huge family, so many relatives I can't keep track of their names, and every gathering feels like a festival. There's this running joke at every event where they call me the outsider, the quiet one, or, my personal favorite, the one with bold ideas. At first, I shrugged it off as typical family ribbing. Not my style, but tolerable. Lately, though, it's gotten harsher, more pointed. I can't tell if I'm being oversensitive or if they're genuinely getting meaner, but it's not enjoyable anymore, if it ever was. So, the big event. Derek's cousin Lila is expecting her first child, so there's a baby shower at his mom's house. If you've been to one, it's not all sweet games and soft colors. It's more like everyone packed in the kitchen, scarfing down snacks and arguing over baby gear brands. I arrive with Derek and immediately, I feel this strange, tense atmosphere. People are loud, but also eyeing me like I'm the odd piece in some unspoken prank. I try to keep a low profile, scrolling my phone, chatting with Lila, who's genuinely kind and not part of the problem. But then, as expected, Derek's sister, Nora, swoops in. She's the type who thinks she's the center of every room, drink in hand, throwing her usual barbs. She asks if I've finally mastered their grandma's pie recipe, remarks that my sneakers are daring. They're just regular sneakers, okay? I force a grin and stay by the window because the house feels suffocating with so many people. Then one of Derek's aunts, I can't keep them straight, one of the chatty ones, asks in this fake, upbeat tone, "So, when are you two starting a family?" The room goes silent. I hate these questions. Derek knows this, knows I don't want to discuss it in public, that it's a touchy subject, and that I'm not even sure I want kids. We've talked about maybe someday, but not now. Not like this, not when we're still figuring things out. He always says he's on the same page, but then he'll make comments about being too young for fatherhood. He's 33, not exactly a teenager. I shrug and say, "Oh, we're not in a hurry." But Derek? I don't know if it was the attention, a drink, or just malice. But he laughs, a loud, sharp, almost cruel sound, and says, "With her? I'd rather stay childless than deal with that kind of gloom." People laugh. Not just polite giggles, but real, hearty roars, like he's nailed a comedy routine. Nora, never missing a chance to shine, adds, "She'd probably give birth to grudges and raise them on chaos." There's a pause, then more laughter. I'm just standing there, completely exposed. What am I supposed to do? I look at Derek and he's grinning, not at me, but at the room, soaking up the spotlight. I say, "You're not funny." My voice is calm, not raised. He smirks and says, "Relax, you're always so sensitive. No wonder I don't want kids with you. I've never wanted to snap so badly, but I don't." I just clench my fists and stare him down. Nora's still chuckling. Someone mutters about modern women, and my mind goes blank. I head for the hallway, needing air, maybe to call my sister. Derek grabs my arm, hard, not violent, but too firm, like he's trying to stop me from embarrassing him. He says, "Where are you going?" Don't ruin this for everyone. I pull free and say, not caring who hears, "Touch me again, and I will." He lets go, but his hand lingers too long. As I walk away, I hear his mom whisper to him, "Get your wife under control." It's not even meant for me, like I'm just a problem to handle. I glance back, meet her eyes, but say nothing and keep moving. In the hallway, Nora steps in front of me, smirking. "Come on, Tara, it was just a joke." I don't respond, just push past her, knocking over a tray of party favors. She gasps like I've committed a felony, but I keep going. At the door, another aunt tries to grab my arm, but I pull away and say, "Don't." I slam the door behind me. I sit in Derek's car, trembling, and text my friend Sophie, not my sister, sorry for the mix-up. She says, "Come over." I drive to her place and spend 2 hours in her kitchen eating cold pizza and talking about anything else. My phone keeps buzzing. Group chats, Derek, Nora, his mom. I turn it off and shove it in my bag. I don't go home that night. I text my mom so she doesn't worry, and she says she'll call tomorrow. She's not surprised, which probably says something about how things have been. I keep replaying it all. Derek's grip, his mom's, "Control your wife," Nora blocking me like I'm a stray dog. It feels deliberate, like they're testing if I'll break. I think Derek acts this way because he's embarrassed I don't adore his family like everyone else does. He gets defensive when I call out their behavior, saying I make things awkward by not playing along. I think he loves being the charming guy, the perfect son, especially for his mom. And Nora? She just hates that I don't laugh at her quips or fit her idea of a proper wife. I'm not trying to overthink them. It's just the only explanation for why they'd act like this. They're used to getting away with it. I stay at Sophie's that night, and by morning, my phone's a mess. 30 unread messages in the family group chat. Derek's called. I don't answer. His mom texted my mom saying she's disappointed I caused a scene. No one mentions Derek humiliating me. They don't think it's a big deal. I'm supposed to let it go because that's what good wives do. I'm not apologizing. I'm done pretending this is normal. Okay, here's the next part, because apparently my life is now just group chats and family drama. I was going to wait until I had a plan, but if I don't write this, I'll lose it. After that awful baby shower, check my last post for the chaos, I stayed at my friend Sophie's. She didn't push, just gave me cozy clothes and let me eat her ice cream. I only checked my phone to text my mom so she wouldn't worry. I expected maybe a few missed calls from Derek, maybe a half-hearted apology. Nope. I woke up to a digital nightmare. My phone's buzzing before I'm even awake. 30 notifications from the family group chat, kin vibes, which makes me cringe every time. Derek's asking if anyone's heard from me. His mom chimes in with this fake concern. Is Tara okay? We're all worried. Then it gets worse. Nora posts a meme of a cat labeled Drama Queen, real mature. It turns into a debate. Some say I overreacted, others ask why I stormed out over just a joke. Lila tries to calm things down, but it's useless. Derek's aunt, the one obsessed with her keto diet, says, I don't get their family humor. I feel sick. Is humiliating someone a family tradition? I see Derek's mom texted my mom separately, asking her to talk sense into me because I'm upsetting everyone. My mom forwards it, replying to her, I'll check on Tara. No help there. Then my own family chat explodes. My mom's playing peacemaker, suggesting I come home for dinner to sort it out. My dad sends a single thumbs up emoji. Classic him. My sister, also named Sophie, sorry for the confusion, goes off, sending me articles about toxic in-laws and saying, burn it all down. I almost laugh, which is the closest I've felt to okay since the shower. I tell my mom I'm not ready to face Derek. She says she understands but hints I should smooth things over. My sister texts, don't you dare back down. Derek calls. I let it go to voicemail. He texts, saying I'm making it worse and should apologize to move on. I laugh out loud. Me? Apologize? I start typing a reply but delete it, not wanting to sound as petty as them. I don't even know what I want from him. An apology? For him to get it? I'm not hopeful. Nora posts another meme in the chat. A woman fake crying with, here comes the drama in bold. I want to smash my phone. Instead, I mute the chat and walk around Sophie's block. It's chilly, but it clears my head. I call Sophie, friend, not sister, and vent for 10 minutes. She listens, offers me another night at her place. I say yes. Back at her apartment, another wave of messages hits. Derek DMs me, saying he didn't mean it, but I know how his family is and shouldn't take it personally. He says we can talk if I come home. I reply, you humiliated me on purpose. He leaves me on read. Then Nora screenshots our DM and posts it in the group chat with, wow, someone's unhinged. Lila sends me a screenshot of it, apologizing. I'm furious. Not even on meds, but even if I was. What's her deal? I text Nora. Delete it or I'll spill what you said about your mom last Thanksgiving. She deletes it. I don't say more. I want her to know I'm not playing nice. Derek's mom calls, leaves a voicemail. Tara, stop stirring drama. This isn't how we do things. I don't listen to the rest. I decide I'm done hiding. I post in the group chat. I'm not your punching bag. I'm not here for your entertainment. If you want to talk like adults, I'm here. If not, leave me alone. I hit send before I overthink it. The chat goes quiet for 5 minutes. Then an aunt replies, "This is why outsiders don't fit in." I leave it. I'm not arguing with someone who thinks cruelty is tradition. That night, Derek shows up at Sophie's. Guess he tracked my phone's location. My mistake for not turning it off. Sophie answers, arms crossed. Derek plays the victim. "Can we talk?" I say, "Not here." He says, "You can't avoid me forever." I say, "Bet." He tries to step inside. Sophie blocks him. He gets loud, so she threatens to call the building manager. He leaves, slamming the door. I thank her. She says, "You're not staying with that guy, right?" I say, "I don't know." My mom calls, worried, suggests I come home for space. My dad says, "If he shows up here, I'll handle it." That helps. The next day, Derek's mom tries to drag my mom into it again, like I'm a kid who needs scolding. My mom says, "Tara's an adult. She'll decide." I'm shocked she stood up for me. I vent to my sister who says, "They'll never change. Decide if you can live with this forever." I say, "I can't." She says, "Then don't." It's not that simple, but she's right. I move to my parents for now. Derek keeps texting, saying he misses me, but also that I owe his family an apology. I don't respond. He calls, emails, wants normal back. I delete it all. I keep thinking about why Derek's like this. Is it his family? Me? I don't think he hates me. He's just terrified of not being the favorite. He said his mom pressures him to keep things in check. I guess I'm the thing to control. It's so immature. I notice things differently now. How his family closes ranks. How Derek needs to be the charming guy, even if it means hurting me. I hoped he'd grow up. Now I'm not sure. I'm not going back to that. I'm not their punching bag. If Derek chooses his family over me, fine. He can have them. I've got my people, messy as they are. Next update when I figure out what's next. So, a few days later, and I'm still at my parents'. My mom's cooking like I'm a kid again. My dad's staying out of it, but said, "You don't deserve that," which is basically a speech from him. My sister's thriving on the chaos, but checks in daily, making sure I don't cave. I had a moment of doubt, wondering if I was overreacting, but rereading the group chat nonsense snaps me out of it. Yesterday, Derek's mom texts, inviting me to a family dinner at their favorite spot, the one with wobbly chairs and breadsticks everyone hoards. She says it's to clear the air and move past the misunderstanding. I laugh. It's so them to pick a public place where I can't make a scene. I show my mom. She says it could be closure. My dad says, "Do what you want, but don't let them push you." I debate for hours. Part of me wants to cut them off forever, but I'm still angry about Derek's grip and his mom's "control your wife." So, I text my sister, "Want to be my backup at a weird family dinner?" She sends a skull emoji and, "Hell yeah." We drive over, my sister blasting music, me scrolling my notes app, rehearsing what I want to say. I almost delete it, but she snatches my phone saying, "Don't let them make you think you're the problem." She's right. At the restaurant, the hostess gives us a look like, "Oh, you're with them." The whole crew's there. Derek, his parents, Nora, 2 aunts, an uncle, even Lila, who looks exhausted. Everyone's acting fake nice, but the tension's thick. Derek stands like he's going to hug me. I just nod and sit at the table's end. My sister sits beside me, glaring at everyone. They start with awkward small talk. Derek's dad on about his car, someone mentions the weather. I trace the menu and nod occasionally. No one mentions the baby shower, but it's looming. Nora, wearing sunglasses indoors for some reason, keeps whispering to her aunt and glancing at me. Finally, Derek's mom clears her throat and says, "We're here to move forward, but that won't happen if people hold grudges." She looks at me, then Derek, then me again. "It'd help if everyone owned their part so we can put this behind us." I nearly choke on my drink. Derek says, "We all said things, Tara, but you blew it out of proportion. I just want normal." Nora snickers, muttering, "Some people don't know normal." My sister raises an eyebrow, waiting for my move. I almost stay quiet. It's what I've always done, but I'm too angry. I pull out my phone and say, "Actually, I made a list." Derek's mom looks confused. Nora rolls her eyes. I start reading. The pie jab from Nora. The time Derek's mom said I'd never fit in until I acted like her. The group chat memes. Derek's childless comment. I don't shout, just read. The table's silent, except for one aunt sipping her drink. Derek cuts in. It's just joking, you know that? I say, you laughed at me, not with me. You made me a punchline and didn't care if it hurt. Nora groans. Are we really doing this? I say, yes, we are. I look at Derek and say, you want normal? How about when you said you didn't want kids because I'd turn them against you? Or that you're not ready to be tied down but happy to use me for laughs? I'm done being your scapegoat. Be the golden child without me. Derek's face flushes. He tries to interrupt. Why here? I say. Because you dismissed me in private. Now deal with it publicly, like you humiliated me. Nora stands, saying, you don't get to play victim. I say, then stop making me the bad guy for not laughing. She moves toward me. My sister stands, blocking her. Nora mutters about crazy sisters. My sister tells her to sit. Derek's mom says, enough, you're ruining this family. I say, no, you are by ignoring what's happening. You want respect but give none. I'm not apologizing for refusing to be trash. I pull an envelope from my bag and slide it to Derek. Divorce papers, sign them. The table freezes. Nora gasps. Derek's mom says, you're not serious? I say, I'm done. Derek tries to grab my arm as I stand. I shake him off, saying, don't touch me. He gets loud. You're throwing everything away over jokes? I say, no, because you and your family don't respect me. Nora slams the table. You're just jealous you don't belong. I laugh. Thank God. My sister touches my shoulder. We head out. Derek follows to the lobby, pleading, we can fix this. I stop, turn, and say, you had every chance. You chose to humiliate me. Your turn now. He shouts, you'll regret this. I don't look back. My sister opens the door and we leave together. I don't know what's next, but I'm not backing down. They had every chance to treat me like a person and failed. Okay, I thought the dinner would end it, but nope. Derek's family doesn't do done. I've been sitting on this update because every time I think it's over, someone does something petty or strange. After the restaurant, I figured Derek would get it. Wrong. He's persistent in that infuriating way that makes him the golden child. He refuses to lose. The morning after, I wake up at my parents' to a dozen missed calls. Derek, his mom, Nora, random numbers. My dad's making coffee, grunts when I walk in. I check messages, all variations of, talk to me, or, let's be reasonable. I mute my phone. My mom asks if I'm okay. I say, just tired. She makes waffles. Derek's mom texts my mom saying I'm tearing the family apart and Derek's lost without me. My mom, bless her, says, Tara's an adult, she'll figure it out. I start moving my stuff out, texting Derek I'll be by with my dad. He says he'll be out. Good. At the apartment, nothing's touched. Wilted plants, piled mail, leftover takeout. I pack, my dad carries boxes, and we don't talk much. I leave the key and slam the door. Derek texts, you could have said goodbye. I don't reply. His mom sends a long message about how I don't understand family and marriage is about forgiveness. I send it to my sister. She says, frame it as a warning. My dad says I can stay as long as I need. My mom's happy I'm eating. My sister sends apartment listings. Mutual friends are awkward. One asks if I'm serious. I say yes. He's shocked. Another wants to talk. I say I'm fine. The apartment hunt sucks. Everything's too small, pricey, or odd. I find one, but it's a 2-week wait. My mom keeps suggesting dinner guests like she's making up for lost family time. My dad fixes a lamp and jokes I'm not married to it. 4 days post-dinner, Lila texts. Nora's saying I attacked her at the restaurant. I laugh, text back, she wishes. Lila says she told Nora to grow up. I thank her, say she's the only sane one. A week after the shower, Derek texts from a new number while I'm at the store. Please talk. I was joking. I send it to my sister and Sophie. Sophie says, he's still on that? My sister says, send a clown emoji. I reply to him, so was I pretending to be your wife. No response. I block him. He doesn't show at my parents', thankfully. A friend says he's at his mom's, who's not thrilled. I don't care. I file the divorce papers, pay the fee, get the email confirmation. My mom hugs me tight. My sister bakes a cake with divorce vibes and blue icing. I laugh so hard I nearly drop it. Derek will always play victim. His mom will call me difficult, and Nora will post memes forever. I don't care. I stood up for myself and got out. Thanks to anyone who read these rants and didn't tell me to be the bigger person. Sometimes you just need to be done. Now I'm watering my sad plants, eating divorce cake, and hunting for an apartment without weird carpet or flute-playing neighbors. Catch you later.